Welcome to the sacred space. This is a guided meditation practice. Do not try this meditation practice while driving or in a motion state. Should you wish to try this practice, kindly find a safe and comfortable space.
We will learn a formal meditation practice. This is the breath and body sensations meditation. So let us begin. Coming into a dignified sitting posture with your back straight but not stiff. Your head balanced on top of your shoulders down, your hands on your lap or on each other, and your feet flat on the floor. Perhaps tucking your chin or aligning it to your navel, and becoming aware of any tension or bracing showing up in your face or in the body, and just noting it. Perhaps noticing contact points where your body is in contact with whatever you are sitting on. Or perhaps noticing your clothing touching your skin. And just resting in the awareness of the present moment as you sit here. And now letting this attention to your posture recede in the background. And in the foreground, bringing your attention now to focus on breathing wherever it is most vivid for you. Perhaps noticing the air coming and going through the nostrils. Perhaps noticing cool air entering the nostrils and warm air exiting the nostrils. Or you may notice the rise and fall of the chest with every in-breath and out-breath. Perhaps what is most vivid for you is the expansion and contraction of the belly with every inhalation and exhalation. Whatever point you choose to focus on, whether it's the nostrils, the chest, or the belly, just choosing one that is most vivid for you throughout this segment of the practice. So inhaling and exhaling, and see if you could just be with the breath as it is, without trying to control the breath or manipulating it in any way. So inhaling and exhaling, and allowing the breath to breathe itself. And staying here, attending to the breath, moment by moment as best you can. And at some point, you may notice that your attention is pulled away into thoughts or thinking, or in other distractions such as sounds or sensations in the body. Without any judgment, harshness, or story, just gently guide your attention back to focus on breathing where you have chosen to focus on. Breathing in and breathing out. Perhaps noticing the pause at the top of the inhalation and the pause at the bottom of the exhalation. The breath transitioning from the inhale to the exhale and back again. Reminding us that we are always in transition as we breathe. Inhaling and exhaling, staying with the breath moment by moment as best you can. And when you notice that the mind is elsewhere, just noting where it went and bringing your attention back gently, non-judgmentally, to focus once more on the sensations of breathing where it is most vivid for you. And continuing to attend to the breath, and just being with the breath as it is. If at some point you find yourself feeling sleepy, just bring your attention back to your posture. And then when you feel ready, going back to the practice, which is at this point on breathing, noticing the sensations of breathing wherever you have chosen to focus on. Breath going in and the breath going out. There's nowhere to be and nowhere to go, but just here, breathing. And remembering that the breath can be a refuge in your everyday whenever you need it. You need only to take the time to be with the breath, just as it is. And now on an exhalation, letting the focus on the breath recede in the background. And in the foreground, bringing your attention now to sensations that are showing up in the body. So noticing when a sensation arises, lingers or stays, and eventually passes as another sensation captures your attention. So bringing your attention to the characteristics of the sensation. Perhaps noting its depth, whether it's at the level of the skin or underneath the skin. Its shape, size, or weight. Perhaps knowing or noting where a sensation begins or where it ends. Noticing if the sensation is moving. Perhaps noticing tingling sensations or some itchiness or pain or numbness. Or perhaps noting contact, touch, or pressure. Or perhaps warmth or coolness, dryness or moisture. Whatever it is, see if you could attend to a sensation as it shows up, captures your attention, and eventually letting it go as another sensation captures your attention. And for this segment of this practice, just attending to body sensations as they show up in your awareness, moment by moment, as best you can. So noticing sensations coming and going. And if there is a lack of sensation, see if you could be with that experience without getting into harshness or story or any judgment. Just allowing your experience to be your experience in this moment. And whenever you notice that your mind is elsewhere, or your attention is into thinking, into thoughts, into other sensations, or into sounds, just gently, non-judgmentally bring it back. And remembering that this is part of the practice. That mindfulness is becoming aware of where the mind goes and being able to bring your attention back. To focus, which is at this moment, on sensations that are showing up in the body. Perhaps noticing the rise and fall of the chest or the expansion and contraction of the belly. Or perhaps noticing your hair touching the back of your neck or your hands where they are placed, whether there's touch or contact or even pressure. Or perhaps noticing the temperature of your hand. Whatever it is, just being with your experience as it is in this moment. And at this point, you may be noticing any challenging sensations such as numbness in the legs or the feet, or some tension or bracing at the back, the upper back, the middle back, or the lower back. Or perhaps noticing different sensations in the belly, inside the tummy, into the organs, beyond the level of the skin. And see if you could stay with whatever sensation is registering in your awareness, bringing an attitude of curiosity, a beginner's mind. What is showing up in your experience? What body sensations are showing up? And see if you could be with your experience of the sensations in this moment. See if the challenging sensations are asking of you to move in whatever way to find ease and comfort. Or if you could just be with the sensations as they are without doing anything. Whatever you choose, just noticing your intention to decide to do something about the challenging sensations. Perhaps choosing to just notice what is here in your experience. And again, when you find yourself falling asleep, just open your eyes for a few moments. Focus on your posture. And then when you feel ready, come back to the practice and focusing once more on sensations that are showing up in the body, or perhaps the challenging sensations that are now making themselves known to you. And now, as we come to the last few moments of this meditation, allowing this attention and sensations in the body to recede in the background, and bringing to the foreground once more your posture, perhaps noticing where your hands are placed, noticing your buttocks on the chair or cushion or whatever you are sitting on. Noticing your shoulders, your neck, and your head. And slowly bringing your attention to your eyes and to your ears. And as you hear the sound of the bell that signals the end of the practice, opening your eyes and moving in whatever way to find ease and comfort. So this was your 20-minute breath and body sensations meditation that you can do any time of the day, whether it's in the morning or the evening, or when you can find at least 20 minutes to just be with yourself in silence to do this meditation. So again, as a reminder, if you want to do this meditation, please make sure you are in a safe space where you will find silence, or where you cannot be or will not be disturbed by other people or pets or whatever distractions in your environment. And also, please make sure that you have a comfortable chair, or maybe putting a cushion whenever you do this practice. So there are many other meditation practices that you can find online, but hoping that this particular meditation is something that can be useful, or something that you can actually do to start your meditation practice. Feel free to send any comments or whatever you notice as you did this practice, or as you do this practice, to our channels or to our YouTube or social media accounts. And if you have any questions, feel free to send us a message through those accounts or through our Gmail or consciousheartcreations@gmail.com account. Thank you.
To get updated in our latest episodes, you may follow The Sacred Space by Conscious Heart Creations in Spotify, Google Podcast, and other podcast channels.
Follow Conscious Heart Creations in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. We also invite you to be part of our Healing and Empowerment Community Facebook group, and send us an email if you want to join our Emergent Theater PH activities.
You can find all the links to our social media accounts and email address on the description box.